It's Monday and I want to take a look at the batch of games that are dropping tomorrow. Now, for an October Tuesday, I have to say, quite a quieter Tuesday of game releases, but I guess a lot of the titles are just waiting until the next-gen consoles are released, and then things are gonna get pretty crazy in November and on into early 2021. I would have to say this early portion of the fall has been a little bit slower than recent years just because obviously we're in the pandemic era, so many delays and things of that nature. However, this gives the opportunity for some other games to come out of the woodworks and really take some attention, and I think that's what we're gonna see tomorrow. So without further ado, we got 4 games to go over, so let's get right into it. And I want to start things off with a brand new horror game, with it being the month of October and Halloween coming up. Do note we did our top upcoming horror games yesterday, and one that I mentioned was Remothered Broken Porcelain. Now, if this is a game that you haven't heard of, definitely keep it on your radar because this is one that has that eerie vibe that a lot of horror games do miss from time to time. Seems to have a pretty interesting gameplay foundation as well, where in a horror game you are relatively powerless and it's more about, you know, being stealthy, getting away from certain issues and things of that nature. The game's description specifically notes, Broken Porcelain brings in an abundance of welcome changes to the series, introducing new gameplay and storytelling elements that breathe new life to the characters, and an unprecedented level of immersion in this haunting adventure, perfect for both new and returning fans to the series. So if you are new to the Remothered franchise, you can jump right in. Thrilling psychological plot, the award-winning cult classic Remothered returns at Broken Porcelain, the perfect entry point for new fans discovering the franchise, as well as series veterans craving additional lore surrounding the events and characters of Tormented Fathers. Realistic survival horror, the Inn is a rich resource as its dangers cautiously scour the environment for items to aid your exploration of unsettling locations that hide grave secrets of a terrifying past. Intense stealth gameplay, roam among the shadows of the Inn and use everything at your disposal to distract enemies for a resourceful escape. Investigate and escape, challenging puzzles, expanded lore, and a haunting soundtrack by composer Luca Balboni, who did Remothered Tormented Fathers, Mine, and Watch Them Fall, transforms the dark and gloomy atmosphere into a terrifying experience that will haunt players well after the game is over. You've got captivating characters and real-time cinematics. If you're into horror games, definitely one to keep on your radar, and again, with it being the month of October, we've got games like this. We've got Amnesia Rebirth coming up. A lot of horror titles are coming up very, very soon, and this one is definitely one to add to the pile. Next up, here's one that I had some anticipation for. Unfortunately, it wasn't received the best in its early access period on Steam, and that is Torchlight 3. It will be out on PS4 tomorrow. Now, I was a big fan of Torchlight back in the day. I played the hell out of Torchlight 2. Really, I got invested into Torchlight well before I got really into Diablo. I love Diablo 3, but Torchlight 2 was the first style of these games that I really got into, and I had a great time with Torchlight 2, and when Torchlight 3 was announced, obviously, I was going to be excited for that. Unfortunately, the game has not been received all too well as a part of the Steam Early Access program, with a mixed reception, 5,021 user reviews, and 48% of those reviews being positive. Now, it is in early access. The game easily can get better, and the recent reviews do paint a more positive picture with 374 reviews, 63% of those being positive. That's still not an excellent score, but we've seen games make insane turnarounds before. I mean, a game like No Man's Sky was released in its full form on day 1. I should actually reiterate that and say, rephrase that rather, and say No Man's Sky was released as a full game. It wasn't released as an early access title, and boy oh boy did No Man's Sky on day 1 feel like a pre-early access title, comparatively speaking, to the game we have today. So that's, you know, a high bar to reach for in terms of making grandiose turnarounds, but Torchlight 3 is a game I still have faith in, and I really hope it ends up being something of quality because I'm a big Torchlight fan, and yeah, considering Diablo 4 is on the way, probably not going to be out for a while, but at some point we are going to be looking forward to that. I hope Torchlight 3 can carve out an audience of its own. It will be out on PlayStation 4 tomorrow. Next up, pretty big sports title in NHL 21. I feel like the hockey sports titles, outside of like the MMA games, and MMA games are more so fighting games than anything. I mean, yeah, MMA is in fact a fighting sport. Nevertheless, it's a combat sport. Nevertheless, NHL has always been one of those sports titles that I've been able to get into even more. Honestly speaking, from a fundamental level, I can enjoy sports titles. I think the NBA games are pretty decent. I played the hell out of NBA 2K6 back in the day. But obviously, I'm not a fan of the yearly iterations. As far as NHL 21, on the official website, they note gameplay in NHL 21 has gotten smarter, faster, and a whole lot flashier. With innovative moves and massive improvements on both sides of the puck, players have more options than ever before to take control of the game and impose their playstyle on opponents. Recognized revolutionary with gameplay in NHL 21. Be a Pro, a brand new Be a Pro experience gives you the chance to live the life of an NHL player and on and off the ice. Impress the front office, go early on draft day, and chase greatness as you earn your spot on the first line. Compete for the Stanley Cup and become the league's next best. Recognized future with Be a Pro in NHL 21. And World of Chell makes it easier than ever to jump in and play solo or connect with friends on the way to wins and rewards. This year, we're introducing ranked seasons where you'll compete all across each of the 4 modes to earn rewards and play in the new EASHL Club Finals. Hockey isn't my go-to sport in terms of actually watching it, but I did catch a little bit of the Stanley Cup, and I always feel like hockey for a casual viewer is always one that, even if you're not following it religiously, it's always one you can turn on and enjoy the game. So yeah, NHL definitely has a smaller audience over here in America than, let's say, NBA, as the NBA Finals just happened, but definitely has an enjoyable factor to it. And the games themselves, I've played them in the past, they're pretty good, and if you're a fan of it, I'm sure you'll enjoy NHL 21 as well. And lastly, G.I. Joe is getting a video game. Yes, this might have slipped under your radar, but in fact, G.I. Joe Operation Blackout will be out tomorrow, and the game notes travel to monumental locations like Cobra headquarters and the USS Flag through an original story inspired by 80s-style comics, take on 18 campaign missions featuring iconic vehicles and boss battles in single-player or local split-screen co-op. G.I. Joe Operation Blackout features 12 playable characters, including Duke, Snake Eyes, Cobra Commander, Destro, Roadblock, Storm Shadow, and more. Each soldier has their unique powers and can be customized with a variety of different weapons and skins. There's also multiplayer with modes such as Capture the Flag, Assault, and King of the Hill. So this is seemingly a pretty robust game with an in-depth campaign, and then you've also got multiplayer. Visually, it's not anything to write home about, and it is coming to all major platforms. So yeah, bear that in mind. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. However, stylistically, I think the game definitely has a certain appeal to it. We'll see how it ultimately turns out. I definitely think the world is due for more good G.I. Joe titles. There's definitely an audience for these games. However, we'll ultimately see how this one turns out tomorrow. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, as far as a fall Tuesday, this is definitely one of the quieter Tuesdays that we're going to see all year long. I mean, I feel like the next few weeks should be a little bit heavier, and there are a few games coming out in the rest of the week, but these are the ones I do want to highlight as they are out tomorrow. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Any of these pique your interest? Are you going to at least add any of them to your wish list? Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.